Hi there, it's Cusco, and I haven't been able to put up many videos because very often the Wi-Fi isn't very good, and so I can't upload them. And I didn't sleep very well last night. Must be because of the high elevation here in Cusco. But I stepped in away from the noise of the street to this courtyard so that I could do a little video and update you. And so we've had 9 days in Argentina, 9 days in Brazil, and now we're starting our Peruvian adventure. And of course, one of the things is Argentina speaks Spanish, Brazil speaks Portuguese, and here in Peru, of course, they speak Spanish again. So I speak Spanish a lot better than I speak Portuguese. And of course, a big difficulty in both Spanish and Portuguese is the verbs, the verb endings, the tenses, and knowing which form of the verb it is in some cases, and being able to produce it correctly while speaking. So I thought I would share some of my approaches to this. So obviously I have a lot more trouble in Portuguese than I have in Spanish. The endings are different in Portuguese. They also have verbs that aren't used in Spanish, like I don't know, achar, lembrar, esquecer, pegar, ficar. There's lots of them. And so what ends up happening is that you're speaking and you're never sure, at least I am not sure, as I'm speaking Portuguese, is this a Spanish word or is this a Portuguese word? So I have doubts. And is this the correct ending or not the correct ending? And I have these doubts. And doubts are very bad because it then holds you back. Very often your gut instinct is correct if you just go with it rather than doubting whether it's the correct form or the correct word. And even if you get it wrong, it doesn't really matter. People understand what you're saying. And also very often you are aware that you doubted or you weren't totally sure or maybe you got it wrong. And that, at least in my case, heightens my awareness of that word or form. So then what happens is when I'm reading, and of course I do a lot of reading here, I've bought books on Argentinian history, Brazilian history, Peruvian history. So I'm reading, and wherever I see a verb form or other phrases, but typically mostly verb forms that I'm not totally sure of, I underline them in the book. If I am on link, which I was doing a lot of for Portuguese, then what I really recommend, and I think I've mentioned this before, is context reversal. So I will look up a verb which appeared in a certain form in a sentence. I may even know that verb, so I'm not really looking for the meaning of that verb, but I open up the link widget and immediately go to context reversal, because what context reversal does, it highlights, that'll give you like all the conjugations of that verb, but it will highlight the one that you chose, the one that's in that text. So it kind of does two things. First of all, it tells you what form that is. It highlights it in all of the conjugation tables. Plus, in order to get to that, you kind of have a quick review of the other tenses and persons and so forth and so on. And so doing these things, whether you're on link and you're using context reversal or just reading in a book and underlying verb forms, I find that this gradually makes you better. And yet when you go to speak, you still have to just go with it, not doubt yourself, just say whatever you want to say and hope it's right. But I think this sort of poking at the verb, either by underlying it in a book, or if you're on link and you're accessing context reversal, or even if you're not reading on link but you're on a website somewhere, you can access context reversal and see which is the actual form that you were looking at, gradually builds up your ability to produce it correctly when you need it. So that's what I wanted to say. And I'm going to go and have some breakfast now and try to upload this. Hopefully the Wi-Fi at the hotel is good enough. I should add that really enjoying it here so far in Peru. Love the people. Very energetic they seem. Friendly. The Brazilians, especially in Rio, were just amazing in their enthusiastic friendliness. In Salvador, equally so, although a bit of a negative up there is the over-aggressive people selling their wares in the old town. But by and large, it's been a wonderful trip, and yeah, I'm looking forward to wandering around Cusco today, and then tomorrow we're going to Machu Picchu. Bye for now.